One thing I promise myself for my audience is not fake. Like, don't sugarcoat anything when it comes to delivering the message. And guys, I just really want to jump into this message because this just happened to me over the past week, and I was thrown off guard. I was blindsided. I was not ready for this blow. And when people bring up your past, you feel attacked. Like, let's jump into it. Let's be honest. We feel attacked. We feel a need to defend. We feel offended. And trust me, it hurts even worse when the person means something to you, when you're close to this individual, when you had no idea that this individual was harboring these feelings over the years, and you never knew. You were blindsided, like you had no idea. I'm Coach 𝗪𝗲, and on this channel I speak on all things spiritual, mental, and physical. And you can always check out my physical content as far as my workouts, my daily meal routines, stretching, and other fitness and wellness tips throughout my shorts, and of course my mental and spiritual work here on my longer formatted videos. During the last 2 months, the entire globe, the entire world has been going through a big shift, a big change, whether it's a rebirth or a death. But however it's coming about in your life, changes are being made. We are doing shadow work. We are addressing the past. We are doing some healing. And in that healing, in that growth stage, in that transition period, you get those growing pains. And some old versions of you may pop up. They may need to be addressed. Even if you are that person who's already moved on from that, right? Let's say you've grown, past all of those issues. You don't have those characteristics anymore. But the individual in which you may be the root of their problem, they're just now coming up on that bridge. They're just now coming up on that point in their life where they're willing to address it. And now it's uncomfortable. It's a sticky situation. You feel those growing pains. You have to readdress that hurt. You have to sit in that hurt, sit in that pain. You have to be aware and actually sit with those feelings. And that's a challenge. Guys, most recently, someone very close to me, actually 2 people very close to me, came to me and told me some things that I had done to them, how I afflicted them at some point in their life. And they are dealing with these changes in the way that I have hurt them, in the way that I have, caused them some type of internal pain. And I have to be accountable for the role I played in that, right? And it hurts to acknowledge that because that's not who I am. And sometimes, when people bring up old things, there can be some confusion in the facts, right? And it's not for me to go back and forth or tit for tat trying to correct the facts. My goal is to be accountable, to understand where, in this situation, my victim is coming from, right? My job is to listen, to receive, to understand, and to bridge the gap, to do whatever it is that I can to rectify the problem. But see, what had happened was my ego kind of got in the way, right? Like my ego jumped up from the person that I buried and was like, hold on, you're attacking me and I don't like it. And I'm about to vent and I'm about to point fingers and I'm about to react, right? Something we don't want to do. But, the old me The childish version of me was ready to have a tantrum. And I did. However, there was growth in this tantrum. There was growth. I didn't re-afflict the people who were stating or who were coming to me with the problem. Unfortunately, I lashed out on others who I found close to me, and I had to go back today, right before recording this video, and apologize. I had to go back and be accountable immediately. I had to get to the point where I could forgive myself so that I could open myself to receive forgiveness from the other parties. But I couldn't see that in the moment of when they were addressing me. I couldn't see that this was an attack. This was someone trying to be open with me. This was someone who was looking for a solution. This was someone who was actually wanting to move forward, but they had to release how they were feeling about this entire situation, where they are with their feelings and their emotions with me. And then we can get together and see what our commitments are and what we can do to move forward to have a conducive relationship, a healthy relationship. But I wasn't feeling that. And most of us are not feeling that when someone brings up our past. And just to take it a step further, in my accountability, because your girl has grown, I was so focused on the inconsistencies. Like, I was listening to the story, I received what I was being told, but then I got wrapped up in the consistencies. Like, hold on, that's not right. Hold on, that didn't happen like that. Now you're lying on my name. Like, I was focused on the inconsistencies. Then I got caught up in a whirlwind of, okay, I know I caused trauma. It wasn't all of what you're saying. I know I caused trauma, but now I'm trying to look for other people to blame because, hold on, you don't know the full story. You don't know how this started. You don't know that this really wasn't my fault because I was going through such a... And then I started to think about, hold on, you've been on the other end. You've been on the other end of this situation. And one thing you hate, Paris, is when people do not take, I hate inconsistencies, when people cannot take accountability because it looks like you're trying to talk your way or swivel your way out of a storyline. That is my truth, right? And I couldn't focus on that, and I was getting off focus. I couldn't understand, why am I sabotaging my situation right now? I could literally accept what this person is saying, even if some of the things are not as they say they are, right? Or because I get it, in this moment, everything can be bigger and magnified than probably what really happened. But the fact of the matter is, I caused trauma. And the only thing for me to do in this moment is to apologize. The only thing for me to do in this moment is to acknowledge. And I had such a hard time because I continued to put me first. I continued to put my feelings, my emotions before theirs. And this person deserve a healing. They deserve to move on. And just because I've already grown past, again, these characteristics, I don't move this way, doesn't mean I have the right to disregard or dismiss what it is that they are bringing to me. I owe it to myself, to the new version of me, to help them work through it, to assure them that they don't ever have to worry about that version of me again, right? I have to do everything I can on my end to make sure the trust is regained. And guys, I really wanted to stress this story to you because a lot of us right now in life, in the future, will have to deal with someone bringing up your past. And I'm not talking about bringing up your past in a negative way where someone just doesn't want to forget the old version of you, right? Like, I'm not talking about somebody where they're like, oh, I remember you used to sell drugs and da 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 da, you used to run the streets and now you're all high and mighty. I'm not talking about that type of trauma or that, because that's hate. I'm talking about when someone comes to you and says, listen, you afflicted me. This is the pain that I received while you were in my life during this time. This is how you hurt me. This is what I mean by bringing up your past, right? We need to sit with our feelings, and it's okay if those feelings are negative. It's okay if those feelings are hurt, guilt. Go through them. Go through them. I had to sit with my feelings. I had to grieve. I had to go through them and experience them before I was able to release them. So I'm encouraging you, if you happen to go through this, go through your feelings. It's okay to observe them. Watch yourself. Don't react. You know what I mean? And if you happen to react, I reacted, it's okay. Remember, forgive yourself. Go back and apologize. Most importantly, immediately. Don't wait. And then forgive yourself. And then think of steps and methods and better perspectives in which you can attack this situation going forward, right? Guys, I hope you all were able to grasp what I was saying, because this is definitely going to move mountains in my life. I'm so glad that I was able to pick up on this lesson and have a new perspective about it. Instead of, again, looking at it as if I'm being attacked, looking at it as if, you know, people are wanting to hurt me. And at the end of the day, this was correction. This was someone showing me their love. Like, I love you enough to not just live with this feeling and you not know about it. I love you enough to express this, and hopefully you can work on it. Hopefully we can fix it. Like, that is love. So I had to grow to this point to be able to see it from this perspective. And that is what I'm loving about this rebirth, about this, you know, elevation, about, you know, this spiritual journey that I'm on. And I'm hoping you are able to gain some wonderful gems from this as well. I hope I was able to drop some wisdom in your life today. If so, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you are new here. I can't wait to share more with you so we can grow together. Until next time, I'm out.